In the heavyweight division at UFC Vegas 103, you got Austen Lane taking on your boy, undefeated Mario Pinto, who finally makes his UFC debut coming through the Contender Series. Now, Lane 13-5, American, Pinto 9-0 from Portugal. Both these guys are very tall. Austen Lane is 1 inch taller though at 6'6". He's 37 years old. Pinto 26. This is a rising contender. Lane 1 inch reach advantage, 80-79. Both guys stand right-handed. Um, and these stats are a little inflated where Pinto has just one fight in the Contender Series, but what we know about Lane is through several fights, 2.5 significant strikes per minute, not very good. Pinto right now over 8 significant strikes per minute. That'll come down. Lane can land takedowns, which is pretty interesting for a guy that's 6 foot 6 feet 6 inches. Right, he lands 2 takedowns per 3 rounds. So let's dive in a little bit deeper. Lane is coming off the win against Robelis de Spain by unanimous decision. He trailed 31-23 in significant strikes, but had 3 takedowns. Before that, he lost to Jonata Deniz by KO, Justin Tafa KO. He beat Richard Jacoby by KO and lost to Greg Hardy. That's not a good look. At the Contender Series first round KO. Now Pinto is coming in with a lot of hype. He beat Lucas Camacho at the Contender Series with a first round KO in 1 minute and 43 seconds. Now, can Austen Lane win this fight? Sure, because we don't know exactly how good Pinto is. A lot of guys come into the UFC undefeated, but it's the UFC. The level of competition is going to be unmatched from what you previously faced. That's for sure. But I have not been impressed with Austen Lane. Even though he's 13-5, I don't like the fact that he's landed just 2.5 significant strikes per minute. The takedown game is the X factor, though. If Pinto cannot defend the takedowns, you can forget those 8 significant strikes per minute. You can forget the fact that he's a solid striker. But I think he will defend the takedowns. Yeah, he's going to give up one or two, but he'll defend them well enough to be able to keep the fight standing where he'll dominate. He might even land the KO before Lane can land a takedown. That's what I'm banking on. Overwhelming force and activity to prevent the takedown game from even happening at any point in this fight. To me, Pinto is going to win. I'm just not impressed, once again, with Austen Lane at all. So I got no choice but to go with Pinto, even though I'm not really sure what he's capable of. Guys coming through the Contender Series, that's great, but we're really going to find out when you enter the UFC. So there is a little bit of a, there's some question marks here for Pinto, but he's 9-0. Not impressed with Austen Lane, so I got no choice to go with Pinto to win this fight, in my opinion, likely by first round KO here in the heavyweight division at UFC Vegas 103.